Hi everybody. So today is Friday. We're almost done through our second week of school, so congratulations on that. I have been uploading the the answers to your problem set into Skype, so in the Skype group chat. So I hope that you've been getting those and checking your work. I wanted to start by showing you everything is on the board here. So for today, the 10th, you're going to have problem set 77. You're going to have geometry questions 5, 16, 17b. You don't have to do. And for number 4, I'm going to give you the rule because they're starting to get a little bit more complex, okay? So I'll give you the rule, but then you still have to solve the problem. So the rule for number 4 is multiply by 4 and then add 1, okay? All right, so we're going to talk about percents a little bit and how to translate the sentences with percents into an equation. When you have a percent equation, it'll look something like this. Number 1, what percent of 40 is 25? We're going to take each of these and we're going to make an equation by using word. So we're going to take what percent, now P for percent would be what percent of, we know is multiply, 40 equals 25. It's extremely important that you write the equation exactly in the same order as the sentence says. Don't change the numbers, don't flip the order, don't do anything, because then you're going to probably get confused as to which number you're supposed to divide by, okay? We're going to isolate our variable. We're going to divide by 40 because isolate WP means we want to get rid of the factor that is next to it. If I do divide by 40 on the left side, the rules say I have to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to get 25 over 40. So right now I have what percent equals 25 over 40. I'm going to reduce this by 5, and that's going to give me 5 over 8. So I have what percent equals 5 over 8. Okay? Now, ask yourself a question. Is that a percent? It is not a percent. So to make a fraction a percent, we simply multiply by 100 over 1. Okay? I'll write that a little bit smaller so I can have some room. So this is going to be 40 over 40, which canceled. And this is equals 40. All right? Okay. So we have what percent of 5/8 times 100. We're needing a percent, so we're going to take our fraction that we got, multiply by 100. We're going to reduce these by 4 because 4 goes into both of those twice, and 25. I'm going to notice that 5 and 2 can't reduce, and I'm not allowed to reduce left to right because this is not a proportion. So I would just multiply 5 times 25, 125. And 2 times 1 is 2. That's not a percent. It is a percent, but it's not, you don't write percents as improper fractions. So you're going to make it a proper fraction. 125 dividing by 2 is going to be 6. And then 2 goes into 5. I'm running out of room, so I'm going to squish it here. Twice, which is 4, so 62.5% equals WP. This is your answer, okay? All right, so one more time. Translate what percent times 40 equals 25. Then I divided by the 40 because I have to isolate the variable. I did it to both sides. I reduced it to 5/8. That gave me what percent equals 5/8 times 1 over 100. Then I reduced the 5/8 by 2, and I got 5 times 25 is 125. 2 times 1 is 2. And then I just made this improper fraction a mixed number, and I got 62.5%. So that is the answer to that one. Now, moving on to the next problem. Let's see here. Sorry, I lost my train of thought here. Okay, so what percent of 350 is 28%? So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to translate the sentence. So what percent of $3.50 is 28 cents? Okay. Now I'm just going to actually make that a decimal so that they both have dollar signs, so that they're in the same unit. Okay. I'm going to isolate, which means I want to solve for WP, which means I have to get rid of this one. So I'm going to divide by 350, which cancels. Divide by 350. Okay. Now, because these both have dollar signs, just like you do with any other unit, you can reduce those units. So those cancel out. That means my answer will not be in money. Then I'm going to look at the 28 and the 350, and I'm going to recognize that 7 goes into both of those. So I'm going to divide these by 7, and I'm going to get 0.04, and 7 goes into 35.50. So I have 0.05 over 50. Now I can divide both of those by 2, and I'm going to get 0.02 over 25 cents. And obviously this is not a percent, okay? So I'll say WP equals 0.02 over 0.05. And I will multiply by 100% to create the percent. And I will say, I can't leave a decimal as a fraction, so I'm going to move it twice and move it twice. This now becomes 2 and 5, so I'll rewrite that, okay? So it's going to say 2 over 5 times 100% over 1. Now I can reduce, and I'm going to say 2 times 20 is 40% equals WP. Make sure you put WP because that's the variable that you are solving for. So to recap, 1% times $3.50 equals 28 cents. I changed the cents to dollars. I divided by 350. I canceled my dollars. And I reduced the 28 and the 350 by 7 to make the math easier. I got 0.04 and 0.50, and then I reduced one more time. I moved the decimal to make whole numbers because you cannot have a decimal fraction. So I made it 2/5 times 100, and then I reduced, and I got 40. I do want to point out one thing. You can take 28 cents and divide by 350, but it's much more difficult, and which is why I did not do that. It's why I reduced first. If you do it without reducing, okay, then you're going to have to go 28 cents divided by $3.50. And most of you would probably put this one in the box and divide by 28, and then you would make a mistake. So it's really important that you're careful and you try to reduce whenever possible. Okay, guys, that's it for now.